Hawaii Entertainment News, where we will talk about all the news that's happening around the film and entertainment industry in Hawaii.
You're supposed to say, I told you so.
Enough! Are you okay?
Oh my gosh, he's Superman!
This is a video game, which means we all have special skills.
Aloha, everybody. Welcome to Hawaii Entertainment News. I'm here with a friend of mine, Cliff Bailey. We're going to discuss some things about Hawaii's film and entertainment industry and where his place is and what he loves to do and all the cool things that he's doing all around Hawaii. And Cliff,
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. How you doing, man?
Doing okay. Thanks, Teddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I like your little setup over there. We got the same microphone. So tell me a little bit about what you do, Cliff. Talk to me.
Oh, shucks. Well, I just finished my classes at UH. So I'm, I guess, not technically a graduate until graduation in December, but for all intents and purposes, I'm done with that. I was majoring in the Academy for Creative Media program, digital filmmaking. Nice. And it's through filmmaking that I met everyone on your side of the camera.
The Academy of Creative Media. Tell us a little bit about the Academy of Creative Media and that program and what that program offers to the industry.
Okay, well, it's the film school at UH Manoa. And actually, I'm sorry, it's an island-wide system, or statewide system at all UH schools. At Manoa, though, it seems to kind of zero in on the filmmaking stuff. There are 3 tracks. There's digital filmmaking, which is what I took, and then computer animation, or just animation, and film criticism. And it's really cool. We're able to be taught by a faculty of experienced professionals who have done work in the film industry, continue to do work in the film industry, and they're also able to set us up. Well, not really set us up. I don't know, they've got a way where, they get in touch with job opportunities outside of the school, like with bigger productions like Hawaii Five-0, even on films and stuff that come through the state, and even, smaller stuff that might not be quite as big and boisterous, but still vital because, it's experience, it's filmmaking. Young filmmakers, young at heart filmmakers, I was in my late 30s when I was going through, and gets them excited, gets them in the process, the environment, the space, everything, and gives you like just real practical experience of what it's like to be involved with a production from start to finish. They set you up for success, and then it's up to you, the filmmaker, if you're going to go after it or not.
Oh, people snack on them every night, cuz. Doesn't matter what it just was. Just pa work, just pa drink, just pa study, just pa any kind. People like them all the time. The musubi. Local grown. You eat musubi? Hell yeah, you do. Who doesn't? Auntie, uncle, brother, cousin, tutu, neighbor, your sister's husband eat musubi. But nobody care where they come from. You think all you do is boil up some rice, slap some spam on top and nori, and pow, all nice. And wrong. Somebody gotta find the musubi. Somebody gotta pick them. That's where he comes in. That's right. The musubi man. He goes out every day risking life and limb. No matter if he can barely swim, forget you guys, Musubi. He always out there picking up, scrambling over the rocks like one mouse. With his bag and his knife here and cockroach from Outback Steakhouse. And his method. Cause he knows you better be smooth, you gotta be quick. Otherwise, the musubi going stick. And the bugger going stay stuck. And nothing, not even your Outback Steakhouse knife gonna get that bugger off. But that's alright, musubi man. Get other musubis out there. You just gotta hunt for them. Get the plain, get the spam, get barbecue chicken, get the ham. And get the baby kind. Oh, look how cute. Oh, that's so meanie. We leave the baby kind, musubi man. They're important for people tomorrow. Because without the babies, not gonna have musubi tomorrow. I said leave them! You heard me, bruh. You take the mini car and not gonna have musubi tomorrow. Cause everybody keep grinding and grinding and grinding like the musubis is endless. So you gotta let the baby kind grow. So the kid of tomorrow can grind musubis too. But keep working hard, musubi man. Keep doing what you do. Find and pick those musubi, because musubi man, we all need you. And we care about you. So try to learn how to swim sometime, because brother, it is dangerous out there. Like the crab.
It seems to me that Hawaii now more than ever is positioned perfectly to usher in a full-on film and entertainment industry with, 50, 100, 100 plus films filming all around the islands. What would you think about that?
I think you're absolutely right. It was 4 years ago when I first started sniffing around Hawaii Filmmakers Collective. And I was just starting to embrace my own dream because I kind of put it aside for a long time, my dream of becoming a filmmaker. So when I started to pick it up again, started looking around, a friend told me about HFC, and that's when I got involved, and I was surprised to see how many people were into it. And then over the years, and especially getting deeper into the UH program, seeing what seems to me like an emerging movement of local and indigenous storytellers,
right?
And telling telling stories about Hawaii that tourists don't typically see, or people from the mainland, or anyone outside of Hawaii doesn't see. Because before I moved here, before I married my wife, who is a local girl, my impression of Hawaii was like paradise. Coconuts everywhere and mai tais and whatever, beaches as far as the eye can see. And then like really getting into it and seeing that it's just like any other place, a little worse. And I could go down a rabbit hole about a couple things, but staying on topic, just for example, the homelessness issue,
right?
The case for Hawaiian sovereignty. Yeah, bunch of stuff. And seeing stories like that emerge, the first time I really saw that was with the filmmakers Alika Macau and Jonah Akano from Malka to Makai. After seeing that, like after you see like a blue punch buggy, all of a sudden you see blue punch buggies everywhere. They didn't just pop up out of the woodwork, you're just now noticing them. So after seeing that, just started becoming more aware of more voices trying to come out. And like this last November at HIF, the Made in Hawaii night, it was a showcase of Hawaii, films made in Hawaii. And another one that really stood out in those terms, I already mentioned Molokai Bound, which was Alika's next film. down on the sidewalk in Waikiki, I believe it's called, and yeah, and it's just another story told from a perspective of a janitor, basically a custodian, who cleans public restrooms, and he finds a homeless dude who's bled out and died in the bathroom, and so he has to clean up, the blood and everything.
Right.
And it just really examines. I want to say, I hope I'm not talking out of turn here, but like I guess the innate frustration that Kanaka Maoli are feeling with everything, with how the Aina's been treated and abused and whatnot, and just from those films and what I've observed through social media and Coconut Wireless and whatnot, there's definitely an emerging movement of local filmmakers, and the industry is there. It's just small,
Yes.
but it's strong and it's growing.
So my question is, what are some things that we can start doing to make sure ourselves, the local community, local filmmakers, Academy of Creative Media students, that we can be ready to be of service to a film industry that's about to come?
Well, I think individually we should each be honing our craft, working on what we're best at and what we're passionate about. Like screenwriters should write, actors should act, like turn on your camera, start doing stuff, and then the next part out of individual action is network, connect with your friends, or make friends, reach out. So actor, shoot yourself, well, with a camera, and oh dude, let me rephrase that. Film yourself. Film yourself doing some stuff. Then reach out to your editing friend and have them edit some stuff. Reach out to your musician friend, have them compose a score or something. Reach out to your post-production friends, and see if they can do some color correction for you, some visual effects or whatever. Get creative. It can be tough though, because when we have to stay locked down and stay inside, and even if we do come into contact with folks, have to wear a dang mask and stay 6 feet away from each other. That everything is changed, and that can really get to you. But just maybe not necessarily related to your question, I apologize, but for the situation at hand, and anytime things start to get dark, you don't need a plague for things to get dark. Just remember that there is light on the other side of this situation.
Absolutely.
And as long as we can maintain some kind of connection, like we're doing this internet connection, then you're gonna be all right. And so just maintaining that perspective that the dark days aren't going to be forever, in spite of however it's being handled wherever else. We'll get through it, and then just be ready. And put yourself out there as much as you can
to provide that service.
Well, there's also, like I mentioned, HFC, the Hawaii Filmmakers Collective, and Hawaii's Creative Lab, which provides accelerators for producers, screenwriters, and such. And then I was gonna say Okina, the Okina film. Not sure what it is now. Like, it's definitely some kind of movement and organization, but every year. Well, they had their own festival going for a while, and it's focused on Hawaii storytelling. And just this last year, I think 2019 was when they first had a formal affiliation with HIF. So there's definitely stuff happening, and right. Like these films that get into HIF, they also have the opportunity to go to other festivals. Like Alika's taken his films to many festivals around the world. In fact, it even screened at Cannes or whatever, however you pronounce it, over in France.
Right.
Yeah.
What are some of the current projects you're working on?
Well, I've been continuing to develop Return to Life, what I was hoping to turn into a web series, but 2 years on, it's just not practical, especially right now, to make any plans. And I do need to help pay for my household. My wife, she does 50%, and then I've been doing 50% through a military benefit that has allowed me to go through school again. But because I had to concentrate and focus on my schooling, A, because it's a great educational experience, and then B, to make sure I got good enough grades where I wouldn't have to give that money back, I haven't really had the time. I also, raising two young kids with her, haven't had the time to really give the project the time and attention it needs. Not to mention a bunch of other factors that go into that. And so what I'm doing is actually I'm pivoting. I'm putting that dream on hold, and I'm okay with that. I'm actually starting a new job tomorrow in an industry that I've only had experience in with making marketing videos for a dude. I'm very excited. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging, but doing that. And then with Return to Life, I have found another creative outlet for it. Instead of trying to just do the same thing over and over again, like definition of insanity is you do the same thing over and over without getting any different results and no promise of any different results. So I'm actually developing it into a series of video games that I will, depending on the success of that, because there's no guarantee. There are no guarantees in this, except you're going to die one day. So it would be a good exercise for me personally, because it's, as a director, as a writer, as a producer, as an editor, as a VFX artist, as a colorist, I love doing all these things. I'll be able to devote all those energies into this new medium. And so it's going to be challenging, but I've already been looking into it, already enrolled in an online course, and am excited to dive into it. And so I also hope to get my podcast going again one of these days. That concluded, I guess either... No, it was 2019. Yeah, it was last year. Man, last year feels like 3 years ago. Yeah, I do hope to get that going again. But in my experience, there are no shortcuts. There are no overnight successes. Yes, I agree. Hawaii does have a wealth of talent to offer, but there's only so many filmmakers who are going to come in, and and then those that do come in are going to hire the people they need for the film. And it's not necessarily just about talent and exposure. It's about skill and grit. People who have been doing it for years. I mean, the overnight success stories that I've heard of, and I wish I could think of the names now. People who just suddenly pop up and you're like, oh, this person came out of nowhere, and it's like, actually no, they've been, like, with comedians in particular, they've been working the clubs, the open mics and whatever for years. I think the adage goes, it takes 9 to 10 years before you become an overnight success, because you're putting in the work. You're able to. It shows that you're really dedicated to it. Like if you just one day say, "Hey, I want to be an actor," and people have told you you're good at acting. You're pretty good. But then you get in front of a camera and then you freeze up or something, and maybe you're not so good necessarily as everyone says. And so. Good. People will get hired, and it's the people who are dedicated to it through the long haul. The people who just live, breathe, eat it, and work the day jobs or the night jobs. Vast majority of cases in Hawaii, I'm sure multiple jobs. Because even though I am taking this new job, I'm still running my freelance business on the side, because we need as many streams of income as we can get.
Next time on Hawaii Entertainment News,
it sets things apart. It brings things to a different level. The way I like to look at it is you go to a show to listen to the music, but when you're at the show and you get the lights and you get the sound, but then you also get the same feeling and the vibrance, you're using all your senses to enjoy and encompass the show. If the lighting is bad and it's just lighting, then people just kind of sit there. But if the lighting is right, it kind of helps set that mood. And I think it helps enhance the other senses. Brings the experience to a different level.
You know, it's not a matter of, you know, how many lights do you have, how many people do you have. It's you sell the magic, and that's served us well for years.
Hawaii Actors Network presents Hawaii Entertainment News, where we will talk about all the news that's happening around Hawaii's film and entertainment industry.
You're supposed to say, I told you so.
You got him! Enough! Are you okay?
Oh my gosh, he's Superman! This is
You're
a video
turning left.
game, which means we all have special skills.